All right, welcome in everybody tonight. Thanks for tuning in. We got a great show lined up for you. It's going to be a great time. Hope everybody's having a great Friday night. We're really looking forward to digging into this stuff. We got a lot of cool stuff to talk to with a guest host tonight with us. It's going to be a blast. As always, we've got the philanthropist, the Instagram star, the one and only Gutters Pub joining us for this night. How you doing tonight, Gutters Pub?
I'm doing pretty good. Got a little bit of a sore throat, but we're going to make it through this.
Did you go ahead and gargle with that vinegar before you came
I sure did.
Suck on some marshmallows?
I did.
All right.
I tried it all.
We know you're good at that. We also got KJ over here, the international country music star, taking her time out of her busy weekend to come in here and hang out with us. How you doing tonight, KJ?
Hey, y'all. Woo woo.
I know we'd get
so good to be back. I'm excited, and I'm excited to learn about some new stuff. So let's go.
I like it. And joining us, as always, Mr. Producer down here in the bottom, we got Baker. What's going on, Baker?
Hey, how's it going? I am looking forward to this. This is one of these shows that I've been basically dying to do, and we're finally doing it. So, yeah, this is going to be great.
I like it. And our guest host tonight, super cool guy. We got Nathan down here, Old Man Bills. I've been getting, it's quite impressive. How you doing tonight, Nathan?
Doing great, man. Ready to rock it out with you guys.
All right. Well, we appreciate you being on here. We're going to start this thing up here in just a second, so everybody hang tight when we get this going here in just one moment.
Listening to the ASN Podcast Network.
All right, how's everybody out there doing tonight? Glad to have everybody in here with us. We've got a lot planned. We've got I guess we basically call you a scientist. I mean, I would think would be about the best way to explain what I've seen out of you so far. So I'm quite impressed. So Nathan, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. I look forward to doing this, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, we're basically looking forward to it a whole lot too. I can't wait to learn a lot about this. If you don't mind, could you kind of tell people about yourself real quick and let everybody know who you are and what you do?
Yeah, my name is Nathan, man. Everybody calls me Old Man Builds. I run a show on YouTube, man. All I do is build things. So I build Tesla coils, geometry coils, rodent coils, anything that has to do with coils and winding. I usually do it. I'm into anti-gravity, man. I have a little aircraft thing I'm working on for anti-gravity. So I build out fields for it, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I love to light things up. Okay, I don't care what it is. It's just, if it lights up, man, I'm there. Okay? So if we're lighting up Tesla coils, we're lighting up plasma. I don't care what it is. If we're putting our hands in the water when you're not supposed to and we're making it work, that's what I do on my channel, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
God,
that's super cool.
I love it.
Baker's over here. He's so excited.
I
He's like, oh my God, we got an energy guy on here.
I've never been able to talk to somebody who's actually built a Tesla coil. So this is, yes, hush.
Oh man, it's totally rad to do it, bro. I'll just tell you that. You get into this thing and you don't really realize what you're doing right away, and all you do is set things on fire at first. So my buddy Sean was laughing at me all the time because he goes, every time I watch your video, Nathan, there's something on fire, and then you walk slowly over to it like nothing's going on. And I go, well, maybe that's part of the show. You know what I mean? Maybe you need to see some fireworks going on. So then I'll light some high voltage going every which way, and the whole thing sets on fire. Yeah, I've been guilty. They always say, I go, it's fry it and find out. Okay, if I'm not frying something, we're not finding out. Okay,
That's hilarious.
So, yeah, we're blowing up everything, so I can tell you the max value in every circuit that there is. I'm building bigger ones so that it scares you when you turn it on. So when you start standing in the field right there and your body starts resonating with the field and you want to throw up, oh yeah, that's old man doing it to you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I got no mercy when it comes to that. But yeah, no, it's really cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear a lot about that. So I do have to ask you like the number one question that we ask everybody who ever comes on our show, and you know everybody who calls in. Do you not believe that we landed on the moon in 1969?
Yeah, there's really not a case to be made that we got there. That's for sure. It looked like a sound studio, and well, to be honest with you, man, I'd love to say that we got there, but there's just nothing. It's like they're yanking on chains with all those things where they blow up the A-bomb, but the camera never moves. It's the same thing when you get to the moon. You start looking around and go, hey, why does this look so funny? Or why does that look like Arizona, but just gray? You know what I mean? It's the same thing when you go to Mars and you see the little rover running around. You're like, hey, I was just there the other week. That looked just like the place I was at. And then, oh, no, it's Mars. And then you go up and you look at the satellite data and you go, oh, well, Mars is not even red. It has a totally different color scheme than what they say. So why the heck should I believe them? And then you go on the channels and watch all this astral stuff. And they start telling you there's diamond planets and they might as well say they're cheese planets or they're bologna sandwich, you know what I mean, over there?
Right.
Because none of it makes any sense.
Yeah,
like,
isn't it Uranus that they say rains diamonds or something like that? Or there's one of them. I think.
Yeah, that's not even possible the way the physics work. And it's like, dude, you're just fluffing me. Like, you're really on it. So I don't believe any of it, man. Total skeptic. I want to see it for myself. I'll strap myself into that rocket and ride the ride. You know what I mean? Let's go do it.
But
I don't think we'll make it past the radiation, but we'll do it.
I like that answer.
I always laugh about the Eagle, you know, the lunar lander that, you know, has the duct tape all around it and looks like a couple pencils holding up. You know, it just looks like something a 8-year-old child would make if he got into like your air duct tape and stuff like that, heating and air tape. The whole thing's wrapped in that. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, we always like that.
Yeah, like a bunch of aluminum foil is going to stop the radiation that they keep saying out there in the Van Allen belt. And you're like, seriously? That's what you flew there in? Because that wouldn't do it for me. Totally. Like, it doesn't help me when I run a Tesla coil. Why would it help you doing this? I mean, there's no heat in your craft. It's tinfoil. It's just colored a little different.
This is where I've always had an issue with this. The Van Allen radiation belt, I mean, even if you were to block it, it'll just knock out, like if you put a lead lining around it, it will still just knock out whatever, was it proton, neutron, whatever it is, inside the lead and still penetrate your body. Yes. So there's just no way. And not only that, what about the micrometeorites that are on the moon? I mean, there's always these constant little tiny grains of sand that are hitting the moon, and there is no atmosphere to stop it. I mean, you're basically just in a shooting gallery.
Oh yeah.
Or
it's more plausible that it was a big spaceship that they dropped right there for the moon than it is to believe that we got there.
Yeah. Or what about the fact that Richard Nixon was talking in real time when it had to go to Houston, and then Houston took it UHF to the moon? There's at least an 8-second delay. At least. Now, I'm with you, and I'm glad somebody else brought up the Van Allen radiation belt. I have been on that since day one.
Oh, yeah, you can't accumulate radiation like that and survive it. You just can't.
No.
And they think it's like just going out in one direction. That's really a false premise. It's 360 degrees, so it's everywhere. You don't just go, hey, look, this is my 2D image, and I'm going to go to the upper corners. That doesn't work because it's 360 degrees. It's an orb. I mean, you got to think about that. It's not this little 2D image you see on your screen. They just lie to you all the time. It's like we're hurtling through space 1 billion miles an hour, man, wrapped around this entire universe, right? And that's where we're going, but it looks like still images every time you see space. And you're like, well, that doesn't make any sense because it totally goes against everything that they say is happening all around. How can you go 1 billion miles an hour around a vortex and then You sit there and it looks like it's like a sunny day outside. Something's
Yeah,
wrong.
I saw you had some of your video, I think, on your channel. What is it? Is it the 3-eye atlas? Is that what they're calling it? Is it 3-eye? Or, what do you think about that?
Well, it's like the third object that's come in. It's actually they have 5 that's actually come into our solar system. So what I always look at is, did they try to tell us it was here? So if you look at the Black Pyramidium in Egypt, the little black pyramid that they have in their museum, what you're actually going to see is the 3-eye atlas right on the side of it. So if you look to the front and then to the right of it, it'll have a carved in space that looks just like it on it. They were trying to tell us a long time ago, we're about to go through a shooting gallery of a bunch of asteroids coming through our system because, again, we're going around the same structure all the time. So they know by each time period which area we're going into. So we're heading into an area, there may be a blown up solar system or something. We're going through the trash of it right now. And we're just in the beginning of it. But that thing, it's way too close to Mars for my liking. They say it's going to miss it by a lot, but you never know, man. With the course corrections already done, it's turned green. It started to move closer to a projection towards Mars. Anytime it does that, man, what other gases are in there that are going to light up when you get too close to a magnetic field? So, yeah, none of that stuff's good for me.
No, and I know it's coming from interstellar space, and I know that we've had other rocks visit this before. The trajectory it's taking, the fact that it's getting close approaches to, isn't it visiting Jupiter twice? It came in, and then it's going on its way around the sun and out. It's going to visit Jupiter again. I mean, what are the odds of that?
Well, what's scarier is when you look at Umamamu, it came in the first time in the Day of the Dead. That's the first time you could see that interstellar objects actually come in to our planetary, to come into our solar system. That's even freakier because that's like, okay, they're telling you a time period when it's coming, and then all of a sudden when the Mayan calendar ends, you see this object from a different solar system hit our space. It kind of freaks you out.
No, it absolutely does. I just don't. I don't think that we fully understand it. But did you ever hear, or have we heard, if Congress has approved NASA moving the probe, the Juno probe, away from Jupiter to go intercept this thing?
No, I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, this came out a couple of weeks ago where they're still in deliberation, and I guess the window is closing because they're basically going to have to sacrifice that probe to go get a closer look, which I'm all for. The Juno mission has far surpassed what it was intended to do. I think this is well worth getting it in line and go and follow an orbit. I know they can't fully intercept it because it's moving too fast, but they can at least get a close flyby picture, just like what the New Horizon mission did with Pluto back in 2015.
Well, yeah. Well, if you can get a close-up picture of it of any kind to learn more about it, and what's actually the structure is, it's all great. Besides that, they probably have outdated cameras on it anyway. So sacrificing it now probably wouldn't make that big of a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Considering put better technology out there for what we wanted to do in the first place.
Completely agree. I think that they calculated the fuel. They said, if they do this, there's no coming back with this probe. So I don't know why they haven't made a decision yet, or if it just got held up, or political. Who knows?
Do it, man. Try it and find out. Let's do it.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And look at the budget NASA gets anyways. They get a couple $100 million. Man, they get way less of a budget than, I don't know, our EPA. I'm just throwing numbers out there, but I couldn't believe how little budget they have. Listen, I'm willing to forego some monkey smoking cigarette freaking clinical trials if we can get another probe out there to replace this one while it goes out there and looks and see what this object is.
Oh, I'm there with you, man. Though it is always funny to see the monkey smoke a cigarette.
Right? Yeah. Or what is it? There's one that they had a shrimp on a treadmill, and they were testing its cardio or something. They go, who cares?
Yeah, a lot of that's just how they waste so much money.
What? A shrimp? I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
They did.
Yeah, they totally did yes, it was a wasted spinny thing. But if you want to hear more about this, join in on Gutter's Pub Tuesday night.
Shut up. Seriously?
That's serious.
All about shrimps on treadmills.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it was all over the news. Yeah, they spent like $1 million for it. Yeah.
I didn't.
I
see
was
that
thinking,
on-
how do I file that paperwork? Because I definitely need some cool stuff too. I'll run my cat on a treadmill.
a shrimp on a treadmill. Wait, y'all can't say that and then just go past it. Like that was on the news.
Oh yeah,
I did not see that on the news.
absolutely on the news. It's
That's because
absolutely
you were
verifiable.
watching CNN. So you know.
No, I don't watch it. Actually, you know what the sad thing is I don't have regular news anymore because I don't have regular station. Now I just have streaming, right? So I don't have I used to wake up and watch Good Morning America and Regis and Kelly. Regis passed away. I don't watch that anymore. You know what I mean? Like I don't have that. So I have no idea. There's a shrimp on a like what? That's crazy. Sorry.
Almost
You know,
every-
that's not even the craziest wasteful spending, but we'll leave it at that.
right.
A
No,
shrimp
you
on
can
a
pull
treadmill.
who's
I
it,
love
Rand
shrimp
Paul's book
with
on
butter.
the spending for the budget, and he'll have everything in there that's garbage.
Mhm.
So if you just read that and pulled up all the stories, it would be like an amazing show because there'd be so much trash going on for millions of dollars.
That's actually a good idea for a show.
Yeah.
Because
It-
I like a shrimp on a treadmill. You think I've ever heard of that?
KJ's dying to see this shrimp. on a
This
treadmill.
is
Dude,
yeah.
this is crazy to me.
I didn't think we were going to burn this thing down this quick, but let's go.
I love to eat shrimp, and now they're running them on treadmills. I don't even know
they're
what's
trying to get them in
happening.
shape, you know. Right.
The
All right,
tiger shrimp, or are you
all
talking
right, so
about-
let's move past the shrimp on the treadmill.
Okay,
let's
sorry.
move past. You know, we could talk about shrimp all night long. But what I want to know about, Nathan, like for some of our viewers, I'm sure most people over there watching. Oh, and a big shout out to everybody watching, tuned in right now. We do appreciate everybody being over here. Good to see each and every one of you. This is going out live over here on Traveling Fools YouTube. It's going out on Gutters Pub YouTube channel. It's going out on LW, who's not here with us. Old Man Builds streaming out on his channel as well. And it's also live on X. So no matter where you are watching from, we really do appreciate each and every one of you being here. And if you'd hit that thumbs up button for us, that would be awesome. So explain kind of to the people on our side over here what a Tesla coil is. And, you know, and a lot of them have no idea, I'm sure. So
Basically, a Tesla coil is an air core transformer. So what that basically means is instead of a piece of iron and you wrap wire around it, you're basically taking a PVC pipe that's hollow and wrapping wire around it. Okay, that's pretty much it. What it's good for is something totally different. So, yeah, it lights up light bulbs. Okay, that's kind of one of the general things it does. You shoot lightning bolts out of the top. We see that all the time. You can hook a music circuit to it, listen to AC/DC all day long, and rock it out. You know what I mean? With sparks everywhere. What they actually do is they work on resonance. So anything that the actual Tesla coil resonates at, so which basically means two frequencies that go inside with each other that work together like a tuning fork. Okay. Once it does that, anything that has that exact frequency will pick up energy in it. It'll actually pull it right into it from the air itself. So that's why you build these things. So when I do this, I usually take my Tesla coil, like the one over my shoulder here, and then I'll take it just a number 2 winding, which is just a PVC pipe with wire around it. And I'll put it out, 3 feet from it, make sure my field only goes 2 feet from my Tesla coil. So it's not that field that I'm picking up on. And it'll create what's known as a node in the inside. So what that basically means is it's like a little hole in there. And what it does is it pulls in a vacuum in it to the center from the top and bottom. So it's taking the air capacitance that's going on around it and putting energy right into the coil itself. So what happens when that does is you can light up light bulbs next to it all day long, or you can put another coil at that same frequency next to it and light that one up, or you can continue to do it all the way around your room. Many coils as you got, as long as you keep the same distancing between them, you could start lighting up everything. The cool part it was, when you get it wrapped around the actual first initial coil and you do a surrounding around it, they all work off of each other and they'll work back to the center and back out. So you can just shut off your main one in the center and it'll still run.
How
what's
long
cool
will
about
it run like that, though?
You can run it for like 5 minutes. Yeah. It takes a while for it to go out because remember, you're still doing work with it.
Right.
And it's still bouncing around. So it takes its time. But the amount of power that goes into it It's kind of like a misconception. So if I told you I'm running 5 volts into it, and you go, well, that's not even enough to light a light bulb unless you're touching the coil, right? But then I tell you I could take it a foot off the one that's out there. I'm getting more energy from the actual area around it than I put into it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's it's the amplification of the resonance that does it.
So it's almost like if you were to remove the power source, it almost acts like a capacitor in that way because, like you said, it's 5 minutes before it completely drains out. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about getting that frequency to keep ringing. It's like ringing a bell.
Well,
How long
can I
you
ask
ring a bell?
something?
Go ahead.
If you say it was 5 volts, and then so how many volts would it be if, are you, explain that. I'm
So there's a couple of different things. So there's the voltage that goes into it, right?
right.
But then on your oscilloscope, what you're looking at is how big of an amplification of that frequency is. So just say, it's like a little thing that goes across like this. All I want to do is take that and make it go off my screen. That's it. That simple little motion of that doing that just on the little screen there. Basically what that means is the ringing of it is it's a lot more. I'm ringing it more than I'm putting power into it. Okay. So you think, oh my God, I got to put more power. No, it's the opposite effect. You have to turn the power way down, almost to off, to get that ringing to come out really high. And that's where your power is. Because once you get that, now everything around you entangles to it. And it starts putting power in it because it pulls in the environment. You got to remember, when they say Tesla coil, they say capacitance to ground, which basically means that my pool of energy is between where it sits on the table and where it is on the ground. And I have free energy right there. So that's my capacitance. That's the way I would say it. So I'm putting that energy in over here, and it's just pulling it from the surroundings. So it's sucking it in like a vacuum. So it's a kind of a misnomer. Most people just throw out an AC signal. They put a ton of power into it, and it just makes sparks, and it's beautiful. But it's not what these things were intended for. They're intended to play with your environment, to cool down your room, to change the temperature in your room as you go, because they're pulling in the air from both sides of it, right? It's an actual messing with the air. So it'll change temperatures in your room. It starts playing with other electronics around. It'll start putting in radiation to things you didn't even think you had radiation into, because you'll go over there and touch a piece of aluminum and it's scalding hot and your hands will be burnt everywhere. But you put a temperature thing on and it's less than room temperature because it's putting radiation into things. So that kind of answer.
Well, it's okay. Go ahead.
No, keep going.
I'm listening. This is all I have no idea, basically.
So
but it's
Can we get into why Tesla did this? Can we go back in history a little bit and kind of give an example of, or just give a reasoning? Obviously nobody knows why Tesla did what he did and what he thought, and everybody knows he was a mad scientist, genius, and all these things. But can we take a step back in time and kind of just explain what maybe the thought process was behind this?
It tells you about the world we live in. So when you do high voltage and you do Tesla coils, it tells you about how your actual earth is built out. So everybody, you see wind, you see the sun coming in, everybody assumes the sun heats up the earth, and they assume that, that the power in the earth is endless, but you got a lot of people out there that don't understand if it's energy, electricity, or anything like that. We live in a giant capacitor. Is what we live in. It's an anode at the top, a cathode at the bottom. It's magnetic in the center. It's high voltage in the air. I don't think a lot of people realize that. Tesla did. So when he built Wardenclyffe Tower, what you actually got was an energy accumulator. It would pull the energy out of the atmosphere that's everywhere, and it would pull it down to the water table, and then it would start to put energy into the water table, where all you had to do was take a single plug and put it into the ground and have light bulbs light up. You didn't even need a plug.
Essentially, use the water table as a way to distribute the power throughout the area.
you have to do it with an impulse of the center of the coil, and that's what he realized. There's a side to it where people just think, hey, the outside of the coil is the energy, it's all RF and everything. I kind of put a stamp on this when I said no, and I said, just watch. I'll use the center of it, I'll put it into the water table, and I'll just light things up several feet from it. And I do it continuously. Light up a big pond, go out, put it in a piece of mud, and I could just put the light bulb on the mud and the thing lights up. Or I could put it several feet away from the mud and it'll light up. Or I could start lighting up the water table all around you. You see, there's a second side of energy, and they knew this in Egypt, and it has to do with how their energy system works. But it's a impulse energy that does it. So once you have that impulse energy, it doesn't work like regular energy. It puts off a low-level radiant field that comes out of it, and it's super dense. And you could put it into anything and have light bulbs and everything light up everywhere. It's true wireless power. He wasn't trying to take lightning bolts and light everything up around him. It's a misunderstanding of what he was doing. He was pulling in the atmospheric energy, because you can run corona motors and everything else up in the atmosphere where all the lightning bolts and everything form. That's a pure energy potential sitting up there waiting to be tapped. Well, that coil was pulling it in, bringing it down, put it into the water table so that you can use it everywhere. But you have to realize that's what every pyramid on Earth did. It never shot up energy like this. They pulled it in. They were pulling it in. And once you did that, now you had energy all over the planet as a universal energy source. You didn't need power plants. You didn't need anything else. You didn't need the smog in the air. You had everything.
That is fascinating.
Yeah,
that's super interesting. We were speaking last night on the pyramid thing. So
Yeah, that's so cool.
Like in your mind, like you believe that those were, power transmitters, or like the pyramid.
They pulled an atmospheric energy, and I could tell you this. There are plants sitting around there, like the blue lotus, okay? And they pull them up in the tombs, and what you'll find is you'll find a protein spike in them that does not exist today in the blue lotus. And you go, well, why is that there? Well, it's there because the energy was in the water table. And what happens with this energy when it hits the water table is your plants will grow 4 times faster. You'll get big, beautiful plants that are green and lush everywhere. It'll turn a desert into just like a rainforest. That's what this energy does. So when you hear about Egypt and it was lush and green, not all sand and stuff like that, it literally is a terraforming method that you can use on a planet. That's why it's there. So you get an extra protein spike when you get in there because it's adding something to it that wasn't there in the DNA of it before. Now that you have it, it changed the rules on how you did energy. So you always see in there the light bulb, right? And you wonder why a guy's holding it up like this. You know what I mean? And on the other one, they have a mechanical unit that's doing it. And then there's one wire that comes out the back. When you get into the center of the Tesla coil and you find out that's the same energy, it's only a 1-wire power. There is no second wire that is needed. And it works better when you hold the other side and create heat to it. It draws the energy through the system. Instead of we pushing the energy through, it's pulling the energy through the system. So it's always cold in nature. It's not hot in nature. So you have less losses. You have less hysteresis going on. There's not a lot of heat coming off your wires that loses in the air. All that energy is pure energy that's way more efficient than anything else that we have today. So that's how that light bulb lights up. Any kind of gas or anything like that, it immediately turns it on. It has a secondary effect. If you have your camera and you're in one of those temples, you'll start seeing like a ghostly image come from it, and then your camera won't work. Well, what just happened? You just took all the energy out of that. It won't ever work again. It's one of the side effects of this energy that you have. So when you get into today's electronics, they're all force power. So they're all pushing the positive through the system. This is all pulling the negative out, and it stays in the structure itself. So yeah, they had water underneath it, man. It created water hammer. It actually made Tesla's earthquake machine. If you look at it, They had water hammer, they had steam hammer that went on in there, and it's basically a pulse that goes on. So when this energy comes over, that pulse of energy comes up and amplifies it out, and it'll go like this in it. And it'll start messing with everything around it in the planet, and it'll make it grow. So,
well, it kind of makes me like, as somebody that thinks about this kind of stuff sometimes, because I'm a dork. I wonder how much attenuation it would take. Like, not attenuation, but I wonder what, like, the Earth, acts as a ground in a lot of ways. If you're pumping that kind of energy down into the water table, water obviously is a really good conductor, but there's still some attenuation loss after that. Do you think that's why there's pyramids in certain locations around the Earth to kind of regenerate that signal that gets lost in the natural attenuation of the Earth?
Yeah, it's a mathematical formula. So everyone is a certain distance on every single thing. Absolutely. And the strange thing about when you use the reverse of the energy I'm talking about, when you usually put energy into water, it tightens the water. It puts like veins in the water, and it'll structure the water in a way that it'll go through little channels. But when you put this energy into it, it opens it up. So when I tell you plants grow, 3 or 4 times, 5 times faster, it's because all of those veins are open. They're no longer closed. They're no longer constricting. You're not in a hot energy system. They now open up and the thing flows right through it. So you're able to get to those branches you couldn't before. You're able to flow the energy all the way out to that piece of fruit. You know what I mean? It has a total different effect on the plant life around you. That's why. But then it pushes the energy further. I'll tell you this. Normally, we would look at putting a cage over something with electricity to get rid of the RF, right? So you get this cage, you put it over it, and you see it all the time with people in Tesla coils, and the energy goes right to it, okay? With this energy, it blows right through it. You could put your trash can over it. You could put anything you want over it. You can put pure lead over it. It goes right through it. It absolutely has no respect for anything that you put over it, and it's laughing at you when it's lighting up things in the room next to you when you push this energy. It is completely different than anything you've ever worked with. And I could tell you that by putting it in the water, and I'm standing there and 5 feet away, I got light bulbs lighting up next to me, and it's lighting up because it's energizing the water itself. I'm walking outside with a 4-foot light bulb like it's a cane, and it's lighting up every time I touch the ground. It's insane how this stuff works.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know that I've done some reading up on like Tesla's earlier experiments, like Wardenclyffe over in New Jersey and in Colorado. I think, didn't he light a light bulb up like 20 miles away once he turned a tower on over in Colorado?
Yeah, he did it right to the water table.
And for people that don't don't realize this, that light bulbs, they work on either AC or DC, alternating current or direct current. So, I know that in today's electronics, you got to be careful of what you're plugging in, and then also at what hertz it's running. 60 hertz, 59 hertz. You got to be careful about that. But light bulbs don't seem to care. Fluorescent bulbs, in particular, I think that when the Tesla coils are on, there's a gas inside the fluorescent bulbs that get excited from the ionization in the air, which makes it light up. And I believe you've got one behind you. Do you mind kind of giving us a demonstration on how that works?
Oh yeah, let me turn it on and I'll turn off the lights, man. You guys can see it.
All right, this is great.
This is fascinating here. I love this. KJ, did you see this earlier when he was doing this?
I saw the end of it. It looked really cool, but no, not the whole thing. So this is cool.
Let me go on ahead and I'm gonna full screen him here.
Yeah, one of the I've never been around an actual Tesla coil. I've only ever seen them online. Yeah, see, that's awesome.
Luke, I am not your father.
I mean, right?
It sort of does look like a lightsaber, yeah.
Right. Exactly.
My son's birthday party is going to be Star Wars. So that's all that's in my head right now.
So look how it dims the. Look at that.
It's crazy.
Right, because it's drawing the power out of the air. It's a closer source. It's causing that other light is causing attenuation to the power output so it kind of reduces the distance that it can go. Your mobile networks, your cellular networks operate in a very similar way. especially when you have a bunch of cell phones that's being able to be seen closer to the tower. It reduces the signal output and causes that signal to contract inwards. So I mean, this is all physics. I mean, this is proof right here. It's what's fascinating about this whole thing.
Yeah, that's quite impressive there, really. That's pretty
Yeah,
neat.
no, it really is.
So I was mentioning Baker was explaining it there, but so when you put the smaller one in between, the way it dims the one down, that was.
Yeah, it's exciting the gas in there.
Right.
Yeah, and how when you get one light bulb closer and it lights up more, it dims the other one that's further away because it's basically adding attenuation into that power, and that's why you need to up your voltage to be able to light things further out.
Well, not necessarily. Well, to do the lights, yes, but to add extra, I want to say power at a distance, not necessarily.
Would it be amp? Would you be up in your amps?
So it's actually if you look on your oscilloscope, you'll see the frequency, and you're trying to amplify that frequency. You don't want the number to change. You just want the amplitude to change.
Right.
But it makes a big difference. So let me share with you guys a video if I can.
So the concept there of you can link one to the next, to the next, to the next, do they keep getting stronger as they go? Is that kind of how that works?
Depending on where you put them to each other. So if you herd them together, then yes, they get stronger because they're bouncing the frequency off of each other so fast, right? But when you thin them out and put them out to the other, they're equal.
So I mean, so it could just continuously just keep going and going and going,
Yes.
and then it just loops back into itself at one point and just creates
Because
a
it's not
chain.
based on your voltage and amperage, it's based on the frequency itself.
Okay.
That's one of the biggest misunderstandings about Tesla coils. Everybody thinks it's about, I got to put in this many volts, this many amps. No, you just have to have the frequency. So what I mean by that is if I went over and wound a transformer, just a regular standard transformer, I could take a tuning fork and turn it on, put it right over to the transformer and create energy without a problem. As long as it matches the frequency, it puts energy into it because it's pulling it from the environment.
See, I learned. I guess I misunderstood how that actually works. I'm glad that you had mentioned something because my understanding was how I explained it earlier.
Oh,
and this is why we bring people like you on. I mean, this is just fascinating.
Yeah, everybody believes it's the energy you put in, but like right now, you see it a bit away, right? And I'll turn off the lights and let me find it.
R2D2.
Oh, yeah. So
That was-
where I'm at right now is I'm 8 feet away from it, and I'm just going to push this thing a little further away until the light goes off and then check the distance. So you'll see right over here, that same table, I just had that Tesla coil on. Now I'm going past where my desk is. I'm going to make it to 11 feet of distance while that light's on inside that coil. Just based on the frequency, there's no way the voltage and amperage can reach that far.
And you're just holding this and you're just moving around, right?
Oh, I have a little cart that I'm pushing it on.
Okay.
So right there, I hit the limit. So give me a second. My old fat butt's moving around. That's where the other coil is.
That's crazy. Like seeing that, and this is just a tiny one. I mean, they have. I mean, people's built much bigger ones.
Oh yeah. This is a little guy compared to theirs.
And
But
you make these and actually sell them on your page, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to check that out, definitely. Baker and I was trying to talk him into buying me one last night, but I think he needed a couple more glasses of bourbon before I could get him there. But yeah, and I do have anybody out there listening, if you are watching over here on our channel over here, Nightbot is dropping the link to Nathan Old Man Build's channel there. Please, everybody, do go over there and sub him up. This is super cool stuff, and we really do appreciate him coming on here with us tonight.
Well,
Yeah.
this is just scratching the surface of all of the experiments that you've got on your channel. That's. I mean, I'm completely geeking out over this, but I mean, I'm so happy that I came across the channel like I did, because you and I were talking last night how I was subscribed to the Inventor 3 and Paul, and
Yeah.
I found you and I was like, holy crap, man. So this is, I know I keep saying I'm dorking out on this, but I really am.
Yeah, no. I mean, look, this kind of defies logic in the way it's set up. How do you go that far when most people can't light up a Tesla coil past 3 feet? And then now you see it, we're at 11 feet. It defies logic in the way most people would understand it.
Now you're using DC voltage to initially power up that Tesla coil, correct?
Yeah, everything that I do usually is in DC.
Okay.
And AC is a kind of like a party trick. You get out there and you turn it on, man, and you get a lot of voltage and you get a lot of sparks and it looks beautiful and we're all in awe. You know what I mean? But and when it comes to usefulness and how things are done, it really requires DC.
Yeah. I'm just
Okay,
trying
so
to figure
here's
out.
a question that's kind of interesting here. So Simon in the chat here says, where is the power source? How are you just getting that kind of voltage out of the wall? Basically, I guess he might have came in a little bit late, but maybe explain that again, how that's actually working.
So basically what I do is I build a PMP circuit, which is backwards from an NPN. And that really doesn't make a lot of sense to anybody. But what it's telling you is instead of pushing energy through this system, I'm pulling it through the system. Okay. And the difference is I can keep that transistor cooler at, higher voltages. So normally you can only go to 20 volts or something on one of these things. I go up to 40 volts. Okay. But that coil you saw right there was at 20 volts. Okay. I'm only using half of what that circuit could do. So 20 feet's not out of the question for this thing at all. But it's not that. It's when you get to how you look at things on the oscilloscope, you have to work with amplitude. So let me just explain what amplitude is, okay? So if I yell into the microphone, I have a certain amount of amplitude, right? But if I scream like a banshee, okay, it's way off the charts, right? So that's what I'm dealing with. This thing is screaming like a banshee across the room, and it's picking it up on the other side because it screams the same language as it, right? But frequency's like two ships in the night when you get it wrong. If you put the wrong frequency in there, it won't do anything. Not even right next to it, it won't do anything sometimes. So it's all about the frequency, and it's all about the first coil resonating. Once that first coil resonating, as long as I know what that number is, I can wind any coil I want to it, and it'll turn on anytime I want it to.
Yeah, the way I like to explain that to my colleagues whenever I get asked these questions about different. I mostly work in the radio frequency world, but if you think of like when you were a kid and you were in the cafeteria and you're all sitting with your friends at the same table and you're talking to your friends across the table, you might be speaking English, but everybody around you is speaking Spanish, right? You can understand the person across from you speaking English because it's the same, in this case, frequency. But if other people are all speaking English and you're trying to hear it, the only way you can hear them better is if they speak up, which is, increase the amplitude. So that's kind of how I explain it to my colleagues whenever I have to go down this rabbit hole.
That's absolutely right.
Oh, man.
So KJ, you keeping up? KJ and Gutters, you guys keeping up with this? Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
know it.
Well, I mean, to be honest, it wasn't explained in layman's terms necessarily to us folk. I mean, it's just, I understand the concept, but what I guess my question is, how would this be any different or benefit or make more sense than what is already happening? Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense. So you look
Okay.
at your energy rating on your fridge, right? and it's a couple stars or whatever. You want 5 stars, so you want the lowest amount of power to run something, right?
Okay, right.
Okay, so this is what it does. It lowers that power so that it takes less power to run anything.
Okay. Well, thank you. I mean, that's good.
That's it.
Okay, so it's taking from the air more, right? Am I?
Yeah, in the coil.
Right?
Yeah, there you go.
So it okay. Well, yes.
So one of the hidden tricks that goes on in a transformer that people really don't know are motor frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Get the frequency the same as what it's resonating at the pole, and your efficiency goes to the roof. Because you're getting extra energy from there, and it's going to double the amount of time you can run it. It's going to save your battery. You're not going to have any heat loss in the system. It's going to run smooth. So your temperatures go down while your efficiency goes up.
Okay.
And that's one of the main things with everything. It's all the temperature, right? Like you get under your fridge, it's hot.
No, I get it. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what most of the energy loss is heat. And once you remove heat, the thing goes all day.
That's the reason why.
Well, that's why you feel something. You're like, oh my gosh, it's hot. That the charger's hot. I understand what you're saying with that. That's cool.
Go.
Yeah, and that's the reason why we can't put transmission lines in the ground. It's got to have that air to dissipate the heat. I mean, a lot of people's like, why can't we just why can't we just bury all the power lines? The transmission lines can't be. You'll have to encase it in concrete and then fill that concrete, or run it in tubes and fill it with gas. The only way to disperse that heat, it's completely inefficient to do that. I mean, the cost would be astronomical to do that.
Oh, it would. No, I 100% agree with you. I don't even run electricity in my backyard where my power lines are there. You know what I mean? I'm like, maybe a Tesla coil is not good to start back here. Maybe I'll go back to the front yard. You know what I mean? Because once you get linked into there and you start getting a circuit that resonates with everything around it, which my stator exciter circuit does because I don't choke it, it'll start resonating with the pole outside and start playing games with you, right? So things will back up in the power system and then EMP it out, you know what I mean, in a burst, and you're like, well, there's a power company coming out to visit me again.
Okay, hold on. Okay, this question is going to go over everybody's head, and this may not apply. But how does this apply in a 3-phase system? Like, if it's because you know how the phasing keeps changing ABC, like how does that even matter?
It's going to pick up on one or all the phases because your frequency is probably the same. They're just shifted, right? So
they shifted. The deltas or whatever shifted. Yeah,
but you're amplifying all 3 at once. You see. So I'll tell you a little bit of the story, and I don't know that anybody understands. It's probably with me, but if you take a DC flyback, which is basically just a high voltage source, right? And I put it on this little bar, and I put the positive and negative side over here, right? And I put my Tesla coil right here in the center. What I actually will end up doing is amplifying all 3 by turning up my Tesla coil because I get into high voltage bleeding, which is basically 3 phases. You got a magnetic phase, which is the bottom part. You got a high voltage phase, which is the top part. And then you got the Tesla coil phase in the center. So it is going to be 3 phases offset from each other, just like 3 phase, and they'll shoot out AC power.
Okay. Well, you know,
my brain just blew up.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys really want to get
honest, I was like, I don't think I can handle that.
I mean, hey, we're only talking 3-phase. We can actually, in the modern electrical grids now, go to 6-phase if we wanted to. The reason why there isn't 6-phase is because everything is standardized in industrial and homes at 3-phase. So unless everybody does a conversion, that's not possible. And at that point, I argue we should go to DC power, back to DC. I know it's weird, but now we can do long distance DC, whereas before we couldn't. And it was kind of a technology limitation back in the 1800s when we went with the AC solution. So, and if we go DC, now you don't have those inverters on your house that loses all that power. Like again, Nathan talks about when you have like a solar system and you're bringing it into an inverter, you're losing power converting that DC back to AC.
Oh yeah.
And so like I argue we should go back to DC power. And you know, it's interesting concept. And I don't know if I'm a futurist or I'm just a hopeful person, but you know, 0 point energy or cold fusion, like when that becomes possible, you know, having like a refrigerator sized reactor in your home acting as your power source, nobody would be connected to any grid, whatever. It would just be a appliance in your home, just like your refrigerator, your washer, dryer. That's how that would work. You know, I'm not so convinced that we don't already have that technology available.
Well, we have
and
it.
You think we do?
No,
Okay, I mean, do you think it? I mean, U.S. government. You think that this was part of what Tesla had in its documents that were taken from him when he died in, what was it, the 1930s?
Well, yes, and it was right in front of their faces, and they didn't see it.
No.
Hey, remember when I'm telling you about the center of the Tesla coil? So you got to understand something. When I'm telling you about that, we're talking about an impulse power. Impulse power is everywhere around the entire globe. It's the way that the power is done. Because of that, it's an amplification of the power itself. Okay, so when I tell you it builds out, or Tesla told you it builds out 60 miles and you could put a light bulb in the ground, that's 0-point energy that you're dealing with. That is the energy of the Earth itself. So when we get into the capacitance between the sky and the actual magnetic field in the center of the Earth, you have to realize that. Once you realize that, we're in a zone where it's constricted on letting anything out.
It's like a null zone, kind of?
Kind of like a null zone, yeah, or a sheath. You know what I mean? Where we're in this, where we don't feel the motion, we don't feel anything else, and it's odd, right? Because we should be flying all over the place like that little UFO machine that they have at the park. You know what I mean? We should be sucked up against the
gravitron.
Wall. Yeah, we should be flying out.
That's what it is.
Yeah. We should be totally like flying everywhere. We're not. And why? It's because we're in this little zone that's shut off. But it's not the least amount of energy. It's the most. It's the positive and negative electrons coming in together and trying to bond up together and saturating a field. Therefore, it does not move. You know what I mean? It attenuates a certain thing, but when you get beyond that to the upper atmosphere, it sure does. You know what I mean? It moves around, goes like this all the time. And then when you get below the Earth, the crust, you're getting the same thing going on down there. So you have these zones between the two that are going off like crazy, and you don't really realize what's going on because everything's a perfect sunny day.
Yeah. You know, by the way, everybody, this is the forbidden technology part of the.
It is.
We're not supposed to know this. We're not supposed to even think about this. It's here's your meter and here's your power, and shut up and enjoy it.
Oh yeah, right. You can't put a meter on this.
And I do. That's
isn't there
exactly
something
what
to be said about this kind of technology here? If you did have it run all with just, it was basically supposed to be free electricity. And I mean, there was no way to meter that, charge for that, do anything. I mean, isn't that kind of part of that why they hid all this from everybody back then?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, you think about all the pyramids they put up. Once you did that, how you putting a meter on all of them? It's free to everyone. You're tapping into it by touching the ground.
Right.
It's no longer the same system you're used to. You're thinking, oh my God, let me go plug it into the wall. No, I'll just put a plug right in the dirt and turn it right on. That's the difference in this energy. It doesn't work conventionally. It's one wire. It's not two wires. We're not looking at a grounding and a hot circuit, or in DC, we're not looking at a positive and negative on the rail. We're looking at something you plug one wire into and it starts. So I wanted to show you guys something. Yeah, I got another video for you here, okay?
Okay.
And
what do you think of all this, Gutters?
Sorry, I was muted, being a good girl. I'm
once.
One time. Yeah, it's a lot, but I am getting an idea about what it all means. So yeah, I wish that one of my subs would have stayed and listened to kind of why, because he seemed to be confused about why people don't do this all the time, which I'm under the impression is because you can't. They won't let you. They can track you if you try to do this. Like if you tried to electrify your whole house this way or whatever.
Two things happen. The physics community won't let you do it. And as soon as you turn it on, you get the people at your doorstep. Yeah. They actually track this stuff. And anytime I turn it on, I get helicopters. You know what I mean? Yeah, it gets bad after a while because they're realizing there's a different energy source and they could track it. But I live between two army bases or two, I mean, Air Force bases.
Uh-huh.
So I'm used to the helicopters. I'm used to the big planes. But when they start circling, then you turn it off and walk away. We're messing with the energy of the Earth, and they know it, and it spikes that way, and they can pinpoint you. So it's kind of hard.
The coil you have behind you, I mean, that's obviously small scale compared to what it would take to power a house, so to speak, or to do, major electric infrastructure. Like what would the size be to do something like that? I mean, how much bigger of a coil would you need?
Again, I don't think it's the size of it, and I think that's a misconception. It's what it's actually doing. You see, once you build this energy, when you put something in the center of it, you're not looking at like, hey, can I pick up a couple extra volts or can I light a light bulb in it? You're pulling, 1,200 volts out of it in the center of this thing, and you could put as many of these little things that'll fit in there, right? So every one of them is 1,200 volts. The thing is because you're on a loop system that goes and builds it, the open loop is in the center. Now I could pull out as much as I want because it's like a well that never runs dry. Now I could just cap it, put it into batteries, put it into anything I want. I never have to be on the grid if I didn't want to. That's the point of it. And no one says you can't use batteries. They're just holding storage of energy. You know what I mean? So it's a perfect system to hold things into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was J.P. Morgan that shut this whole thing down.
Oh, yeah.
When he found out that Nikola Tesla was using his money to do this, he's like, well, how do I meter it? And Tesla was like, well, we don't. We're doing this for the good of mankind. And J.P. Morgan's like, yeah, I don't think so. Cut his funding and went to everybody in New York and anybody with money. Said, if you do business with him, you'll never do business with me. And that's why he unfortunately passed away alone and broke.
Wardenclyffe would have lit up New York City and had energy to spare. That's the difference. Yeah. And you can't put a meter on that.
No. And people, it'll get political on that if I made that comment. I'll just erase that one from my head. But yes, you're correct.
So I just want to show you this. This is my wife's casserole dish right here. And I filled it full of mud. And I just ran the wire into it. I don't know that you can see the wire, but you can probably see the mud.
Yeah, I can see the wire coming off the shelf. I don't know how good it comes in on the stream.
I just love that you're filling your
wife's
casserole dish full of mud.
That's not a knock towards your cooking, I'm sure.
No. I think my wife would absolutely.
Definitely not. This is like 5 years old making mud patties in the front yard. You know what I mean?
Heck yes.
Oh, that is so funny. I love that.
So look at my light bulb light up from it, though. None of those coils are active behind them if they're on the wrong frequency. This thing lights up on the mud.
So wait a second. So you've got the Tesla coil active or not active?
The one that's to the right of it?
The taller tube one, yeah.
No, the taller tube is doing nothing. This one right here to the right?
That one. I was looking at the one, the red one. Okay, so the one on the right.
So that one's turning on the power. And it's just going right in there. You see it go right down the center? I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see it. So you're just completing the circuit by putting it, basically into the ground.
Well, yeah, kind of. I'm just putting it to the ground, but I'm putting energy into the ground. That's kind of the point. That's the system, though. It's taking the water and minerals in it and making energy. So you're just exciting gas, like you were saying earlier, in these tubes. That's all you're doing. But that's why I'm telling you, it's more of a radiant energy. It's more like a field of radiation than it is anything else. Mm-hmm. But this, I call it radiant because it's not harmful.
Right, yeah.
And then you'll see it when you put the light on the mud. It'll light up brighter.
A lot stronger, yeah. Is that like a rock you're sticking it on right there?
It's just a dirt clod.
It's just a dirt clod. Okay, so it's not like an actual like quartz rock or nothing quartz related in there. Because I think I've seen you blow up some quartz before.
Oh yeah. No. I'll show you that in a minute. But this is what I find hilarious about it. I'm I'm using dirt. I'm using mud. I'm not using anything technical. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not out here playing with your quartz trying to do something mysterious. I'm playing with the mud like a little kid.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, you see it light up brighter when I touch the dirt clod. So that's the same effect that you would get if you were in Colorado experiment.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I noticed that backlight didn't really, I don't think it dimmed at all.
No,
What is that backlight? Was it just collecting it from over the air, or was there anything? There was obviously nothing connected to it. It's just collecting what that Tesla coil on the right was broadcasting out on that frequency.
yeah, so you can see the one on the right now. You see the little purple on it? You're going to see it's active, right? The other ones you see nothing from. They're not even plugged in. There's no power source. So, yeah, it turned on basically by the field of it. And then that wire itself, if you touch it, you'll get a beautiful blue glow that comes off of it right onto your fingertips.
I had to put my old man glasses on. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. I should have zoomed in on it and done a better camera work.
No. No, people just need to go to your channel and watch it. That's what they need to do, right?
Yeah, so I did the other bulb because I wanted you to see the distance you could pull off of this. And who lights up mud? Why would you even think of lighting up mud? I mean, normally people get into scientific stuff and they think it's all cool, transistors and all this, and I'm just a fat old man lighting up mud.
I love it though. My grandfather would have been fascinated with this. He would have loved to have seen all this.
Well, just imagine, like, I mean, if we put ourselves in one of the multiverses where Tesla was able to continue with his experiments, imagine where we would be right now.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we would have a much better planet. I'll tell you that right now.
Do you think that some of these alleged UFOs that's crashed in the past that the government has collected to try to reverse engineer, do you think that they have any of this type of technology that's just flying around on those UFOs just like this? Do you think it's how they're powered up? They're just using the natural power that's created from the atmosphere of the Earth?
Yes. There's only one way to do it. And I'll tell you this, it goes to another thing that I built. I was building this device to go anti-gravity, and I'm almost there. What it actually does is when you create that same field we just looked at, and you put it around the craft. So you basically connect it to it, and all the metal around it puts out this field, right? I take two spinning discs, one on top, one on the bottom, and on the top, I put static electricity, on the bottom, I put magnetism. What it'll do is it holds in both those energies. It will not let them go out. And we're not talking little bits. I'm putting 40,000 volts in the top one. You know what I mean? I'm putting 500 volts in the bottom one just so I can keep it magnetic. And I'm blasting this stuff. And it's holding in the energy. So it's creating a field bubble around this thing. Now, I turn off my Tesla coil. What happened? My whole room goes crazy. My TV starts turning on and off. I start getting problems. Everything messed up with all the static electricity in the environment, right? I turn my Tesla coil back on, automatically shuts the door and turns it all off. It does no longer messes with it. Now, the opposite is true. This is how you know you have the field. When I took and put the Tesla coil on the spinning disc, and I just put the high voltage static to the center of the whole device, right? What would happen is that my Tesla coil, as I turned it on, the energy would push out, and then as it pushed out, it started turning on things in the room. But then as I turned the energy down on it, it went back down, and the energy stayed right around the craft itself. So I'm able to prove that there's a field bubble going on around this. Now, that's important because every single UFO craft that defies any type of gravity must create its own gravity well. If you do not create your own gravity well, you do not have the technology. Okay? That's just a flat out fact of how it works. You must create a node like we did in that Tesla coil. You know what I mean? That second one we put out there and the energy pulls in from both sides. It must pull capacitance from the environment to work, but it must do it like this. where you're pumping that center node. Now you take the soft plate to it that has the high voltage on it, and you compress it down like this. It gives you a vector direction, which basically means it's saying, hey, voltage, move this way. Okay? That's the way we're going. It absolutely has no weight to it. It's not a weight reduction. It is a more mass, the better off you are in this thing. The more mass you put into it, which means the heavier the gravity force that goes into this thing, because you separated yourself from the gravity of Earth itself. So now we are on that little UFO thing in the park. You know what I mean? We are in that centrifugal force mission where it's throwing you out to the rest of the atmosphere. You know what I mean? It's throwing you out because now you're like a little bubble that you create. You know what I mean? And it blows in the wind. It just floats everywhere. It has no bearing to the Earth whatsoever. And I'll tell you how we know this. If you deal with resonance long enough, you see signatures of stuff. And you see a bridge swaying like crazy. And they tell you, well, it matched the frequency of the bridge, right? Well, what happened? It actually took your atoms and pulled them apart slightly so the density went away. And when it did, it lost all control of the environment. That's exactly what we're doing here. That's the key to it.
Okay, so maybe this is an off-topic question then, but have you seen that new video that surfaced that the Pentagon released of that surface-to-air missile hitting that UAP?
Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Do you believe that resonant technology shielded that craft from that? Because you saw it just ricochet right off. It didn't even explode. There was no ordnance that went off on that. I mean, there was pieces of the ship that looked like it flew off, but they look like they flew in. It almost looks like it flew in a pattern back to the ship. It was just kind of strange. But the fact that it just ricocheted off that ship, like it wasn't over somewhere over in Pakistan that the video came from.
So let's look at it this way. If we don't hit the correct trajectory going back into our planet, we bounce off.
Right. It bounced out of the atmosphere. Right. Yeah.
So when I told you the anti-gravity craft makes its own gravity because of its own gravity well, now apply that same physics to what you're looking at. You're looking at this thing going at the wrong trajectory into this thing, so it'll just bounce off just like the field of the Earth does. You have no chance of hitting that craft. You have none. It'll bounce right off of it because you have the wrong angle to it. You can't get into it. It has its own gravity. It will defy your understanding of everything. You can't just shoot bullets at the Earth. They bounce off and they trigger off. Even asteroids do the same thing. It's the same exact concept that you have going on. You can't see the field out there unless you're in space of the actual field around the Earth. Same way as the field inside the Earth in a UFO craft.
So, but you don't believe that that's happening because, like, let's say it's a meteorite, or we'll even use your bullet, for example. You don't believe that's not happening because of the atmosphere and how dense the atmosphere gets, that it's bouncing off and being ricocheted outwards because the resistance of the atmosphere is too great, so it changes its trajectory and then shoots it back out? Or you think it's gravity?
Well, they have a rotation around it, right?
Right.
Just like the Earth has a rotation around it. That's why you can't come in at the wrong angle. Okay?
Right, yes.
But you saw this thing, the missile actually came in, hit it, and moved over a little bit, and then
it
back
did.
up.
I remember seeing it. Like, fools, let me find that video and let's bring it up, because I don't know if everybody in chat knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, it hit the rotation of it and ricocheted it in a very specific way.
Yeah, very odd video. I watched that not too long ago, and I was like, it's hard to fathom. But even didn't they show it in a congressional hearing too recently? Yeah.
That's what's so fascinating about what I get to do, man. Is test different theories and see what goes on. But when you see anomalies like that and you know what you're working with, you've seen it before.
So you've been working on trying to build an anti-gravity device. I mean, what's the scale of this that you're working on?
Oh, it's just a small scale, man. We're not talking very much. It's probably about 2 feet wide, about 1.5 to 2 feet tall. So miniature, you know what I mean?
And
something.
How's the testing been going? I mean, have you had any success yet? I mean,
it weighs 3 pounds and jumps off the ground based on electricity.
Okay.
It hasn't got to full flight yet, but it'll jump right off the ground. And that's not supposed to happen with electricity alone. There's no air effect to it. I've run a bunch of fog tests on it. There's no fan speed. The rotation's not good enough. This thing could sit right next to you and you'd never hear it.
Wow, that's
So-
crazy. Baker, I'm pulling this up right now.
It's intense, man. I went through a lot of trials with this thing, man. A lot of effort.
How long have you been working on it?
Oh God, probably I think 3 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. I went through different iterations of it.
All right, so here's that video here. I'm gonna go. Yeah, it's on mute. I don't know what kind of sound we have. All right, let's play this.
And for those watching, there you go.
That's
that.
it.
I see. You see it. You see it curve at the. Okay. Yeah.
See, it moves before it gets there, and then it moves again.
And then it moves again. It's like it's adjusting its trajectory back. Yeah.
It's like there's a field outside of it, and it's getting to that field, and then it's following. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's forcing it around it.
And for those that are just listening, basically it's a infrared camera pointing down at a tic-tac shaped object, and a surface-to-air missile of some sort comes towards the ship, and it slightly adjusts and it ricochets off the ship and then readjusts its course back. Yeah, you see those pieces that fly off, and it looks like they're all flying in formation kind of back towards the ship. I kind of wish that they had a longer version. That one's probably classified, but...
Oh, absolutely.
God dang. If you roll back a little bit, fools, you can see that it's coming in and it hooks to the... I guess it would be hooking to the left.
Yeah.
And then it hits and then hooks right back to the right. See how it curved in? So you're right. I never really even thought about that.
Yeah. Energy fields, man. You can't really see them. We use these things in crowd control devices right now, and you really don't think about why it works. Well, it works on the cellular level with your body. It makes it feel like your cells are on fire.
But it's amazing here that
How the crowd control
these,
device works.
all three of these are like the exact same size.
Yeah.
And they just come back and stick with it as it goes. Yeah, that's crazy there. I don't have, there's no way to explain it. What do you think about that, KJ?
I mean, really, you're going to have me explain it? Like, I don't even know. I'm just like following it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right, there you go.
Oh man, fools! Do we want to open the lines up after
Yeah, we could do
Nathan
that.
shows us that plasma? He remember that video he showed us earlier of that rock being just.
Oh, yeah. You want to see
Yeah, I
that?
do
man?
wanna see
Definitely want to see that. Yeah.
Okay. That thing is awesome, by the way. My
All right,
buddy-
what we will
while you're
do,
queuing that up, I'm gonna spin the phone lines up.
Yeah, and what we'll do, we got a phone line here, and Baker will explain all the rules to that and how to make it work. But if anybody does want to call in and ask any questions, you will be more than welcome to here in a moment. Yeah, that's super cool, and thanks again, for coming on here and explaining all this stuff to us. I've never known a whole lot about this topic. Always one that interested me, but just never one that I knew a lot about. Like I told you before, I kind of always cater all my inquiring mind into ancient civilizations and things like that. Baker, on the other hand, he's more into, this is the stuff. So he found your channel, and we've, definitely loved watching all your stuff. It's super cool.
Yeah, well, I hang out with a great group of guys. I got to tell you this. You see Crypto Alchemist in the chat. That guy is a master alchemist. I'll tell you that right now. He can take anything that there is, metal, and break it down to its very small components. And it's like not even dust. It's less than that. And they're in jars. And then he nano coats stuff with it. It's absolutely amazing what he does, right? And then we got Mike over there who's building batteries and cells. and it's defying the understanding of the battery itself and how long it can last and which materials going into it. It's like making forever batteries instead of making something that you have to replace all the time. And we got Gerald over there making geometry coils, which is fascinating in itself, because now you're looking at a mandala, and you're seeing all the pretty, little things on the mandala and everything. And you're now finding out why that they did it and what the energy pattern was by winding wire, and then what it was made for. And it pulls out so much energy out of the center of this thing, and it changes the temperature in the room. Things like that just freak people out. That they're like, dude, no, you didn't just do that or that. I bought this, $5,000 air conditioner, and here you are in like 2 minutes. It just cooled down my room. You know what I mean? So I work with all these great people, and Joe is always there with me on the show, man. And we talk about everything behind the scenes, and we do this RAV project where we're creating structured plasma, which is just amazing in itself. But it takes away some of the I don't want to say it, all the force plasma that they use in creating things, and this thing builds out more like the sun. When we build it out, it's like a ball of energy you're looking at and you get blinded by. As soon as you're sitting there, you think, oh my God, that could just be like a little spark gap, little thing. No, there's no mistaking this. This is like the sun came into the room and your eyeballs are like seeing black for the next week. You're like, I got dark spots going on. You know what I mean? I got free LASIK from this thing. Yeah, it's intense.
That's crazy. All right, here, I'll pull your video up here.
Oh, absolutely.
So you might want to explain what's going on here to the people out there.
So basically what you got is a piece of quartz crystal, and you got an anode cathode situation. So the very top is called the anode. The under the rock is a cathode. And there's water all around the bottom, and the voltage is just trying to get to the bottom so it could touch the other part. But what goes on in here is the quartz lights up from the inside. You see right now, you see a little bit of light up what you get if you put a laser to it. But when it gets to the state where it's completely bright, it's infected the center of it. Like right here, you get pure light out of every crevice of it. It only works if you get into the center of it. If you go around it, it won't do it. And then we destroy it. It destroys for the same reason the Tesla coil works in the way it does. The resonance frequency of it, if it's wrong to the quartz, it builds up heat. It can't stand it. Just like a bridge, when it's in resonance, it tears itself apart.
Now, what if this was a different material? Like, if this was like a diamond or hell, even a piece of coal? Like, what do you think would it get the same results?
Yes. So if it's in a diamond, you'd get the same thing. It would light up like that when it goes real bright if it can get into the center of it. If we can get the thing to go in there, it'll work. So this is like Star Trek dilithium chamber. We're creating energy based on frequency in order to run a ship kind of thing. This is like next level. If we can get that to stop breaking, all the piezoelectricity that goes on in that quartz, plus the power that went into it, is what you're going to get.
Now, did you choose to do this with the quartz because it's kind of like one of those frequency selective elements? Because they use quartz in precision timing devices like symmetricons and stuff.
I guess you could say that, and it might have been the reason Joe did it. I just wanted to see the sucker light up because no one's ever done it.
You just wanted to see the fireworks. I get it.
I mean, everybody gets this effect where it goes on the outside and goes around it. Nobody gets it in the center of it. So, you know my motto by now. We fry it and we find out. So we're going to blast this thing with everything and see what it gets.
Yeah, that's super cool. It's neat to look at, too. It's just neat to watch.
It's wild. It's wild.
I love that it blows up.
Yeah. Well, of course, anything that blows up
all
is
the
fun.
color in it, because, like, hold on, let me see if I can't stop it at that moment. Like, you see all the color in it right there, right? And then as it blasts out, the color's actually inside the quartz and you can see it. It's like a fireball. But then as soon as it touches the water, It's gone. It's there and then it's gone.
Huh.
To me, it's just like Avengers. Like, because that's what I love. I'm sorry. I know that's so
Avengers.
lame. The Avengers. I don't know. Anyway, whatever.
Oh,
I
like,
know.
like collecting all the stones kind of thing.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Hey,
Right
listen,
on.
he's a Batman guy. He's a DC guy.
Of course. So you love,
Gosh.
that's, Oh, yeah, you
See,
are.
I saw the Batman, the Gotham, and the Harley Quinn on this wall.
Well, I mean, I love that too. But no, Avengers, like, please. It's so much
Well,
better.
It's a theme, but over by my 3D printers, you got Spider-Man and everything else behind him. It's just kind of
Oh,
There you go.
kind of
Right?
geek out on that stuff. You know what I mean? All the kids
No.
are into it.
So cool. No, I mean, it is cool.
So,
so fools.
show
I think
you-
I. Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say I think I got the phone lines up and working. I'm connected, so whenever you want to post a number, we're ready.
Got you coming right now, brother. Yeah, so go on ahead and explain the lines out there just to people how it works so they know what's going on. I'll pull that up.
Okay. let me
Yeah.
pull
So
the video.
basically, it's just like you're calling into a radio show. There is a second delay. So not with me, but with everybody else. But everybody else is who we're worried about. So when you call in, be sure to be off speakerphone. Talk directly into the your phone, just like what you normally would if you were calling into a radio show, and understand there is a second delay. So just I guess be patient. I guess the best way to put it. And data rates and messaging and call rates don't apply. So if you're international, I wouldn't call in here. You're going to get charged. So anyways, with that being said, lines are open.
Yeah, it's basically if you have a cell phone, it's not charging you money as long as you're in the United States.
As long as you're in the United States, yeah. This is a United States number.
Right, U.S. number. Same as calling anybody
I think technically
Vegas.
Canada can call it too, but I wouldn't try it, and don't blame me if you get charged.
Yeah,
Hey.
Hey,
Hey,
Yeah, there's
Hey.
the number right there, 775-644-0664 if you'd like to call in. Anybody has any questions or anything like that, the line is open. Otherwise, we'll just sit here and keep talking on about this stuff that we all are fascinated in. So when you figure out, so I'm really interested in the anti-gravity device thing that you're working on. So if you can, so you've got it going up, but it won't sustain. Is that basically what you're saying? You can't, it'll bounce off the ground, but it won't sustain at this point.
so here's what's going on. It uses a piezoelectric disc in order to get into the fields that are being created on the inside, which basically means there's little lines of force going on like this, and it takes lines of force that goes like this, and they're trying to hit it right dead on and pump this thing. Okay. And as you pump it, it creates the anti-gravity effect and makes it go in one direction. Okay. The whole problem is, and I've lost 2 sets of hearing aids to it, is it'll hit a super high frequency and then just like slightly slip. And it won't let it stick on there where you want it to and move it the way you want it to. So it'll pop a little bit and then fall back down. It'll pop and then fall back down. So I got kind of upset and I said, forget this. I know what's going on. This is we're just compressing the field. So what I have now sitting over here is a bunch of solenoids, and I'm just going to take the top plate and compress and go like this with it and just change what I'm doing because I don't need that field. I'll have it on, but now I'm going to do it manually because it wasn't working before. And once I do that, man, it changes everybody's history and how this stuff works if I can get that one last part finished.
how do you
that would
even?
be awesome to get that figured out. I mean, that to me is the whole thing's fascinating. I mean, everything. Gutters, you got any questions about any of this? You've been kind of silent up there, like you're just trying to take all this in.
I am just trying to take it all in. It's a lot. You know me. So I'm just trying to understand it all. Here's the deal is I have a hard time just trying to understand RV electrical stuff. So when it comes to stuff
Oh,
like
here we
this,
go.
this is just way out of my league.
Damn RV talking.
This is the RV talk.
It
I knew we
always
couldn't
comes
go
full circle back to
We
the
couldn't
RV.
go a week without it.
Yeah.
No, we will never.
I gotta love RVs, man. I had one.
Ah,
There you
Okay,
go.
here we go. Here we go. Oh god.
Oh, yeah,
Don't,
you're
don't
out-
feed into it, Nathan.
Oh, come on now. You're riding
Don't
out
do
in
it.
the middle of the desert, man. You got nothing going
Right.
on, and you're going in
Right.
these little dips and stuff, man, and you're all rocking out back there with your beer while someone's sober person driving.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Oh,
Freedom.
That's how you do it. Yeah, because you just get there and you go, all right, man, we're here, campfire. You know what I mean? Get some
Exactly.
burgers going, and we're done for the night.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and then you're out playing all over the sand. Yeah, I'm all
Exactly.
for it.
It's fun.
RV. Yeah, it would be fun. I'd like to have an old Airstream, like a pull behind.
Oh, I would
That
love
be
an
cool to
Airstream.
have.
Yeah.
talk about something that would conduct electricity. Holy crap.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, even
Oh,
Mr.
man.
Duggar knows. He says, no, do not feed the RV. The beast RV, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so KJ, did you learn anything new tonight? Did you, no,
She is
muted.
muted.
She must have walked away. Yeah, that's, I don't even know where to start asking other questions. What else? I mean, do you have any other stuff that you're working on? Is there?
Oh, I wanted to show you a video on this so you can see the intensity of the light we're creating, because we're building this thing out, and that's what it looks like in its raw form when it's not going into anything.
Oh, wow.
And it just looks like a sun or something like that that's out in the cosmos, and you're tripping out. It's pure plasma, but it's self-structuring plasma into a a spherical ball, and it just has so much power. It's shooting out energy everywhere.
Oh, wow. That's super cool. It looks like we do, Baker, alerting us here. We do have a caller on the line. So let's let him pull that on and see who we got here.
Yeah, we've got Simon. He's calling in from Michigan. Simon, you're live.
Hi, guys. Thanks for taking me on. Really appreciate it. Old man, I had a quick question for you. You're talking about the pyramids as power plants. Recently, there was that kind of controversial data that came out with what's under the pyramids potentially. Do you see that lining up with the piezoelectric effect? In terms of the weight of the pyramids pressing down on that to produce that kind of power?
So remember when I told you about the rod down the Tesla coil? This is the same effect. What it's doing is it's tapping into the energy of the earth itself. So when you see all those things going down there, they're pulling frequency. So there's other places around that were early detection systems for earthquakes, is what they try to call them. But this is just like a resonance thing. It goes on, and in the actual pyramid itself, they had a bunch of different stuff in there, man, to change how the resonance went in there. That's what that's for. It's basically pulling and tapping into the 0 point of the earth is what you're getting when you have that. So it's a very significant thing in the way they do it. And I'll tell you, Tesla knew it. That's how he built the Wardenclyffe, because it does the exact same thing.
Interesting. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to, field that question.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any more?
Well, it might be a little controversial, but we're talking about organizing plasma. What do you think about the MH videos and the three orbs? Do you give any credibility to that?
I got something to say about that one.
Okay, the technology is absolutely out there.
It absolutely is out there. Yes,
it's out there. So whether it's caught on tape or not, I'm not an expert in that. I just know that we have it. And it goes to not just what we're looking at, when we're creating this plasma, it has to do with how 0 point's structured and actually how the fields work, and then why they form in the way they do. And one of my buddies, Sean, was creating plasmoids inside of a vacuum chamber. And it acts and reacts in the same way as these things do. But when you put it next to coherent plasma that's structured, they structure with it and they start rotating with it. So I know that technology is out there just the same way you saw it. Do I know for certain 100% that that airplane disappeared in it? No, I don't. But would I tend to believe it knowing that we have it? Yes.
It's just like, so we have it, and we see, various different levels of it, created. The idea of controlling it from a distance, though, that is just so hard to wrap my head around.
Not when you really understand it. You go back to Schauberger and how he did his anti-gravity, right? He was trying to take the airplane itself, and he was trying to pull the airplane through a tunnel. So how would you create that? You'd have to take the atmospheric pressure and get it to spin like a tornado, and then it would pull you through without inertia. But this is what this is doing. It's just a more advanced version of it.
But the mechanism, though, to get from point A to point B, it just seems like there's a million miles in between there.
But it's not for energy. You see, we base it based on what we think things are, but energy sees it differently. You got to remember, if you swirl anything in the upper atmosphere, you have all of the atmospheric energy up there that you run your corona motors for, that you get in trouble with your airplanes because they get up too high. All that energy is available to you. So if you want to say, I need 200 million volts, well, you have it. That's the difference. It doesn't see it the same way we do. We're thinking of what we can put out of an airplane or what we could put out of a helicopter to get it. But you're not. You're triggering the actual atmospheric energy itself. So you don't need to create the energy. You just need to control it.
Well, that's the $1 million question, right? What is that mechanism of control?
It, like I said, it goes back to Schauberger and how he was building his airplane to pull through instead of push through the air. But you see it on the B-2 bomber. The reason that they put the energy on that is because it removes inertia and you're able to go faster. I mean, they've pretty much said it, right? So what's the actual force going on? Well, when you match the electricity in the atmosphere with the electricity around your plane, you no longer hit a force against you as a wall. You now push right through it. That's the whole concept here. But then what's a tornado? It's atmospheric pressure that's swirled into a tornado. You know what I mean? Where the eye of the storm is the calmest. It'll feel like you're going through without any kind of inertia against you, and you'll just float right through it to the other side.
Fascinating stuff. Fascinating. Again, I really appreciate that. I don't want to suck up all the airtime. But thank you for having me on, guys.
Simon, before you go, we do have a question we'd like to ask everybody who calls in, and you're no exception, sir, and we do appreciate you calling in. But what do you believe, Simon? Do you believe, yes or no, did we or did we not land on the moon?
Love that one.
Gun to my head, the evidence just isn't there.
Okay.
No, I don't believe we were there. I think maybe we had robots go there. Human being, no, don't think so.
I like it. All right, Simon, you got anything else for us? You got any other questions? Or Baker, did you want to add anything to that? Or
no, I mean the MH730, that is an entire topic by itself, right? So it's one of those things where we would have to have a deep dive on that one. But man, I still want to know where the plane went. Like, okay, these orbs floated around in a pattern. They opened up what looked to be a wormhole. Plane disappears. I mean, obviously, it was a show of force. It was a signal to our adversaries of what we can do. Where did the plane go? So yeah. Anyways, sorry.
Oh, there's a whole time thing involved and everything else. Can you send it back in time, forward in time? Can you? Yeah. Because you're dealing with time dilation fields in the Earth. That's why the surface of the Earth has a different time than the outside. You know what I mean? Satellite that's out there. There's a time difference that goes on.
Yeah, people don't realize that. The closer to a mass you get, the slower time moves. That's why, like, even if you stand next to the Pyramid of Giza's, even though it varies very small, if you were to take a precision time clock and somebody stood next to the pyramid, and then somebody took that same time clock and went out to, the edge of, I don't know, let's just say the Nile River, over time, those times would differ. I mean, that's the theory of relativity. And actually, this is how our cell phones work today. Without Einstein figuring out relativity and how time actually functions, our technology as we speak today, as far as the cellular communications or even internet in general, wouldn't work.
Yeah, I agree. But that's the whole point of the thing that goes on with the airplane. Is there a time component to it because of the mass amount of energy? See, energy works on a different scale than we do. It's not linear. We're linear because we, we're born and then we die. Energy isn't that way. You can never create or destroy it. It just changes form. So, you have to realize that once you do, time means nothing to it.
That's absolutely right. So the phone lines are open again. So if anybody wants to call in, we've got an open slot here. So and until then, we'll just keep chit chatting around here.
Yeah, and if you are just listening, number is 775-644-0664. So anybody's welcome to call in. We'll be live here for about another 20 minutes. So anybody got any questions? Now is the time.
Yeah, so if we were in our RV and we're going through the wormhole.
Okay, now
you got gutters interested now. Keep going.
Yeah, right.
Wait, now I feel like we're talking about like Spaceballs or something. We got Lone Star,
there you go.
Along.
Now we're getting it. We got aliens coming out of our stomach when we're drinking our beer.
Right. Oh. Right. Do you remember what the bumper sticker said on the back of Lone Star's Winnebago?
I have no idea.
It said, "We break for Uranus." That's the bumper sticker on the back of Lone Star's. I need to get Gutters one of those for her. I'm going to get you that, Gutters. I'm going to get a "We break for Uranus" bumper sticker for you.
But listen, when you're going into ludicrous, when you're going into ludicrous speed, you don't know. You got to factor in where Uranus is at before it goes plaid.
I will put it in the back of my window of my RV if you do that. I promise.
So great.
Getting you one.
You know they redid that movie, or they're doing a part 2, right?
Yeah, I heard that. I did hear they're doing a sequel to that. So.
Oh my God.
I'm probably going to be in line for that movie.
Oh yeah. Back when they had the guy's eyes crossed and they were all a-holes in there.
Right.
Yeah, that was the best, dude. I love that part.
Like Multi puts in chat here, grabs a huge comb. And then you got the guy with the pick, and he's, "We ain't seen shit." He's what a great movie. My ass is on backwards.
Oh, that's good. Love it.
That was a great movie.
Yes.
That was back when they were allowed to make comedy movies actually funny.
Right.
That was a good day and age.
Yes.
Now it seems, not that much funny stuff anymore.
It's coming back around.
I think so too. I do see a cultural shift there, which humor's a good thing. And I always think
you got to make jokes.
Yeah, without jokes, life's just dull.
Dude.
And every good joke, somebody's going to be offended. If it's a good joke, it's offending somebody. You know what? Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's you.
Oh, I've been offended by you my whole life.
Well, exactly. So, here we are. It's come full circle. Hey, we do have another caller on the line here. Baker alerting us there.
Yeah, that's right. We've got James, and he's from unknown parts. So, James, you're live.
Okay, hi. How are you guys?
How we doing, James? How you doing tonight?
Pretty good.
All right. So, what do you got for us tonight, James? You got questions here for Old Man Builds?
Basically, I got the link for the live because everybody's telling me to call in right now and disclose what I have. Basically, I was out taking a road trip, and I was around the Las Vegas area, camping in the desert, BLM lands, and it's like a tube-shaped object crashed, and I dug it out of the sand, put it in my car, brought it home, and I've been documenting it, and I got it on my YouTube channel, and I've been posting on 4chan, it's called. So they told me to call in just to disclose it, and yeah, I could give you a link to some of the videos if you want or something.
Wow.
Okay, so a cube shaped. So tell us more. We're all ears. What is this thing?
Yeah, it's like I'd say about maybe 5 inches wide. It's a cylinder and it's round at both ends. It's metal. It's shiny. A bunch of weird markings on both ends, and like triangles. It's like really triangle themed. It seems like, and a lot of people are translating it to be like Sanskrit and some words. Some guy like wrote it all out on paper and deciphered it, and he thinks it's saying some saying, but I haven't done much with it yet. But besides weight it
What is
weighs
the link to
15.8
your
pounds.
channel there? And I'll try to pull that up. Do you have that
Here,
on
let
YouTube
me
or?
go. Can I just? Yeah, it's on YouTube. Can I just chat it or?
YouTube won't let you do that. That's the problem. What is I mean, if you don't mind, just say the link to your channel and I'll type it in.
Okay, now let me find it once because I just started it. It's like some numbers and stuff. It's at James-D6L9N.
E6L9N. Let's see what comes up here.
Yeah, I think that's an L. Otherwise, it's an I. I can't tell if it's capitalized or no.
Uh-oh. Let's try it. Let's try I. No, this doesn't look like you. Yeah, I'm not sure. Baker, you want to try to find where you're doing that?
Give me a second.
Anybody have any questions for him while I look this up?
So
Well,
you're saying
I'm
it's
curious.
like a little tic tac? The design of it?
Yeah, it looks like a tic tac. You'd say. It's like I measured it. It's like 31.5 inches long, I think. So
you have access to this thing?
yes, I have it in a secure location because I'm kind of worried that somebody's gonna figure out. But I've been like looking at it and taking pictures the past few days, posting it online a little bit, not getting too much publicity yet, but I think it's kind of blowing up, and I'm a little bit worried for my life and whatnot, but I'm kind of doing it just because I found it and I don't want somebody else to have it who's going to cover it up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, have
Yeah,
you
you gotta be
noticed
careful with these kinds of things.
Have you noticed anything from it? Like, have you been watching it and then kind of like, have you just been, I guess, observing what it's been doing? Is it not functional?
Yeah, it's not flying around anymore. It was when I was out in the desert. It was zipping around above me and kind of giving me weird feelings, like I'd say a feeling of dread, which is why I was packing up to leave. And then I heard it like thump, like a big thump, and it went right into the sand. It went like really deep too. So I had to dig it out, which I have in the video.
Did it make any noise when it did? Like, not the thump, but did it make any noise while it was hovering around you?
No, pretty much zero noise. I didn't notice anything. It was humming a little bit when it crashed, and then when I dug it up, I hit it. I brushed the sand away with my hand, and it burnt my fingertips. So I dug it with a shovel, put it in the car, and it hasn't burnt me since. Now it's cooled off, but it was hot. It was hot when it landed.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not being able to find this channel there.
Can you say it
Here,
one more
if I
time?
just type in the chat. would it
Yeah,
work?
can you
Like, if
just
I just type my name?
Yeah. Which chat are you in?
In the live chat on YouTube.
are you on Traveling Fools channel? Or are you on Old Man Builds? Or are you on Gutter's Pub? Are you on LW's channel?
Let me see. I'm on Gutter's Pub.
Okay, yeah. Type it in the chat there, and then we can translate it from there. It doesn't have to be a URL. Just let us see the spelling of it, and we'll take a look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like Drift Speed did put it in there at James.
Okay, let me look for that. YouTube. All right, let me see. All right, let me see if I can copy this.
Looks like there's a dash after James.
Yeah, somebody typed it in, and his name is Drift Speed. He got there before me, so.
All right, can you steal that? I think that's in your. I don't know whose chat that in.
It's mine.
Okay, can you pull that up and share that in the private chat there with me?
Yeah.
And Simon, you're okay with us showing this on our live stream, correct?
Nathan. Oh, Simon.
No, Simon. Simon's our caller. You're okay with us showing this?
I'm like, oh my god, we're getting all confused here. We've got.
Yeah, we all want to see it.
I'm okay with it.
I thought his name was James.
Yeah, it's James.
Okay.
So,
I'm sorry, I said Simon. I am so sorry.
Gutters,
I've got a lot of things going on back
yes.
here.
Like we always say,
That was
folks,
my
we
fault.
have not quit our day jobs. We
That's
have
right.
not
No,
quit
we
our
have
jobs.
not. That was my fault. Sorry about that.
That's
Simon
okay.
was earlier.
Oh,
Love
good.
it.
Got it.
yeah, you're completely welcome to show it.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, here we go.
All right, maybe somebody put that in the back chat for me.
Oh, do you want me to just put his channel?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
anything. If you can copy and then I can
Here,
copy and
I'll
paste
put
that in the
the
back
channel.
chat.
Or
This
actually,
is like rocket surgery. You know all about that there, don't you, Nathan? Rocket surgery. We got this figured out.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm hoping it's something more than a rocket, because if it's not, you might be in trouble.
there's a
Okay.
video.
Yeah,
of
you
it.
know, I'm a little nervous.
I'm bringing it up right
Sounds
now.
like a Louis Vuitton. Just saying.
Of course, your mind would go to Louis Vuitton.
No, I
All
don't
right,
have
cool.
one.
Well, let's
I'm
let's
just
bring
saying
this
I've
up for
seen-
James.
I've
I
seen
got
them.
it right now. Yeah, I posted this out. You got a bunch of views on this already. So, so you say before I play this, you say you found this in the desert?
Yes, I did.
Okay, this is pretty interesting.
I want you to notice the title.
Okay, here we go. Let's see what this is.
Yeah, I just put that in the title. Maybe I'm a little paranoid, but I don't know.
I can't say I don't blame you.
That's a
So
crack
that's the
pipe.
markings on top.
That's a crap question.
So that's the markings you were talking about on top, right? Right there.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
there's markings
funny.
on both ends. Markings on both
You
ends.
didn't like wake
People have
up and
pointed out
find this, did you?
they do look kind of like handmade
That is-
almost. So part of me is wondering if it's like the markings could be gibberish and the thing's a real craft or something, but I'm not sure.
It's weird that how did it even fly? And for
Okay,
me, I have to wonder where it's been.
That's what I said. You
What
didn't
are you-
wake
I
up
don't
and
want to
find
know
this.
where it's been.
Right?
What are you touching this with? You just have like a towel over it or something?
Yeah, that's a towel. I haven't touched it yet with my hand since I burnt my hand on the.
So did the towel show any?
I posted it.
Did the towel show any markings, or did it have any discolorization, or did it have a smell? Like, was there any smell emanating from this?
Oh my god.
No smells. No, not really any smells. Now it's cold, so I actually just touched it with like some packing paper today, and I could feel the cold through the paper. But I haven't really touched it with my hands so far since I burnt it when I dug it up. So
I'm at a loss. I don't know what this is. Is anybody? I mean,
I
Nathan,
don't
is this something
either.
that you've ever come across before?
I came across something like that.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is absolutely insane.
Okay.
yeah, and I started posting it on 4chan because I assumed that it would get like a small amount of views. I don't want to go too public.
That
And
is
people have been deciphering it and stuff. And there's a guy who wrote all the stuff down on paper.
Now, how
all
much
the
did you?
markings, and
How much did you say this thing weighed?
it weighs 15.8 pounds right now.
Oh wow.
But I feel
Oh,
like
that's
it
a
was
big
heavier
one.
when I picked it up.
They are to-
But okay, so when this thing was zooming around you in the desert, and you said it made no sound, I mean, how did you see it? Was it glowing? Was it irradiating some kind of, visual, or were you just seeing because it's a cylinder in it and it's kind of shaped like it's got some kind of stainless steel look on the outside of it. Would you say that this thing was reflecting off the moonlight or some kind of a light? That's how you saw it, or was this during the day?
Well, it was during the day, so I did. The first time I saw it, it was like a reflection, so like a glint in my eye. I look up and I see this thing, and I did have a video of it flying around at first, but then I go back to the video and I only have like three frames that are not corrupted. So I got like three
weird.
frames of it in the air.
And did you post that on your YouTube as well, or is it just this the video? I haven't looked at your page yet.
The only videos on my YouTube I posted was after I was digging it up, and then all the markings so far. But I did post some of the pictures of it in the air on 4chan, which you can still probably find. I have them right on my phone here too, so I could post a video with them in it too.
Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing that. I don't have any access. I mean, I can go get access to 4chan, but I never visit that site.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I'm sure I'll post a new video soon at some point.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm looking at the right now, looking at some of the close-ups here of the designs drawn on there, and it's weird. One, like, it almost looks like the Star of David, I think.
Yeah,
on there, which is interesting.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. There's two of them. There's one on each side, and that's like kind of weird to me. I mean, if Israel wants me to give it back, I guess I have to, right?
Right, if Netanyahu comes
I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's always just the tip that you seem to.
So I got another question that just popped up, literally. So you said somebody, guys, you guys are killing me. You said somebody actually traced these out and posted all of the symbols on 4chan, right? Has anything been ran through, and I know AI is a dirty word these days, but has anybody run these through AI to see if they correlate with any other symbols that's been documented?
Yeah, for sure. The guy who mainly did it said it was mostly Sanskrit. Some people have pointed out some Hebrew stuff and some like Old Norse runes. But the guy who thought it was Sanskrit, he wrote down like a whole translation for it, and it's like talking about some UFO, and like it's like praising this divine entity. It sounds like.
I'm gonna have to. I don't know. Fools.
I don't know.
Is this something you've run across in your research with the Egyptian stuff?
Cam up.
No, I really don't think so. I've yet to see this anything quite like this. It is pretty polished, though. It does look.
It does look. I'm pretty sure that's kept clean.
I mean, I would like to. What did they say that the inscription said? You said you had somebody translate it for you. What did they say that it said?
I think they transcribed. They just copied it down. I don't think they transcribed it right.
They didn't put it into an AI or something to see.
And they told me that it translated in Sanskrit to like it was basically a text just like praising an entity or like talking about like the divine entity and divine being or something like that.
I'm at a loss on this one, guys.
Yeah.
I have never seen anything like this.
What do you think?
Is that
Nathan?
a dent? Like right there? I know we have it freeze framed. Is that a dent, or is that just the way that it's being reflected back?
I hope that's
the
just a
groove.
I think it's a
reflection.
dent. I think there's a small triangle right there too. So it's probably the triangle you're looking at, I think.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? How it kind of bends out. So I can't tell. You don't physically see or feel any dents, indentions on it, right? Like there's no texture to it.
No, I have not seen any dents or anything, not even like any scratches really.
Any ribs?
Okay, but the lettering, is it smooth, or I mean, is it like engraved? Is all that engraved in that?
It's engraved and it's like blackened metal.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see.
So when this thing was flying, was it following you?
That's a good
Not
question.
really. It was most likely. It was like it was just observing me, kind of. It didn't seem like it was gonna do anything to harm me, but it was giving this feeling that I should leave. So I started packing up, and then it just like crashed right into the ground. So it's like, obviously I'm gonna take it.
So when you say you felt this feeling you should leave, was it like an oppressive feeling? Like, did it feel like it just zapped kind of the energy out of the area? Did it just make you feel like you didn't belong there? Or can you elaborate just a little bit more on that?
Yeah, definitely like that. I didn't feel like I belonged there, and I mean, I was out in the desert, and it was hot, and then it seemed like the temperature dropped at least a little bit. I would say, like this cold, chilling feeling.
And you don't think that was like your own body kind of having a reaction to like, what am I looking at here?
No, I don't think so at all. Because I even put on a sweatshirt after that. Because even though the sun was out, it still felt colder.
So, can you shake it? Does it feel like there's something in there?
I've shaken it, and I don't feel like there's anything in there, but I feel like for the weight, there has to be something else in there.
So
there's
so
nothing
it
loose
feels
on the inside,
solid.
for sure.
Like all the way through, solid.
Yeah. It feels solid all the way through, but it is only 15.8 pounds. So if that was solid steel, it would be like probably over 200 pounds, I would think.
Because it's like 31.5 inches long, correct?
Yeah.
That's
Another
frightening.
interesting thing too is both ends. It gets more magnetic as it goes to the ends.
Wait, hold on.
Section,
Do you know what polarity? Is it, do you know if you were to take a magnet, like a North Pole, South Pole, is it all the same polarity or does it flip somewhere?
I don't know that because I took like a fridge magnet.
Okay, so you're obviously not wanting this to get out, for your own safety.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I either wanted to get out really public so I'm safe, or not to get out at all so I'm safe. I don't want to have it get out a little bit and then somebody comes here and just kills me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we
or
don't
whatever
think,
wants it.
hopefully that won't happen, and that's. But I mean, the title of your video, you're obviously concerned about it. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of new to this whole thing, so I don't really know. I've read stories about people disappearing, so I don't want to be one of them.
I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, if it was me and I had this, I would want to get it out.
Yeah.
But these guys are also whores for money, so don't listen to them.
That's actually not true.
I'm joking.
Well,
but you're going to be okay.
Yeah, I think you'll be.
You're going to
all right.
be okay.
I would probably retitle the video just because YouTube probably suppressing it due to the title of the video.
True.
So if I was you, I
Yeah,
would probably
that's possible,
retitle the video.
Like just don't
I
be
could
so
do that.
blatant with the words because that just kind of flags you. So just use
Yeah.
Right.
different words.
Because it's definitely very, very interesting, and maybe putting it out there, you could find more information on where it came from.
So I would tell you this in the chat. Crypto Alchemist is in there, and he says it's related to the Buga sphere, Buga sphere. So take a look at his channel and contact him, and he probably has more information for you on it. He says he's researching something like it already.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Crypto Alchemist, that's the one, right?
Yeah.
Right here. Yeah, he's put a lot of interesting things in the comment. I'm definitely going to sub him up as well.
Yeah, Crypto's the most awesome guy in the world, man.
Yeah, he's put a lot of cool, interesting comments in the chat tonight.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll contact him.
I mean, I'd hate to let James go. I mean, this is fascinating, but I mean, I don't know what the ad is. I've never seen anything like this. I don't think anybody else has, except apparently KJ and Gutters.
Well, mine's never flown. I just want to get that out.
Mine has.
Hers has wings.
Oh no. Well, James, definitely a very fascinating thing. One question I do have to ask you, James, before we let you go, though, what do you believe, James? Have we or have we not landed on the moon?
I don't know. I feel like I'll only believe once I land on it myself. So I don't either believe or disbelieve at this moment.
All right, I like it. Well, James, man, we really appreciate you, coming on here and showing us this fascinating. I mean, it really is fascinating.
And you're going to be okay.
Yeah, I've definitely liked this video,
up.
so I can go back and look at it later.
Wow.
Yeah, well, thank you guys.
No, definitely get with Crypto Alchemist there. It looks like he's got some information on that. He's over on Old Man Build's channel. I don't know, maybe you guys can get in chat and somehow securely get connected together. But yeah, this looks fascinating.
Yeah, he's one of the guys I stream with on a regular basis. Yeah, crypto's awesome.
All right.
Yeah, and
thank you,
definitely
guys.
we would love you to
Appreciate
call
it.
back in. We do this every Friday night. We'd love you to call back in and give us an update on this.
Yeah,
as
please
well.
do. Please give us a call on this update.
It's actually pretty
Okay,
big,
sounds
dude. I
good.
mean, if he's holding it on the scale of this video I'm watching, that looks like it's, I mean, how far does that go up your leg? While it's sitting on.
Listen, did we call her gutters for a reason?
I'm sorry. I really wasn't going there, but imagine that. Because it does look good size.
Yeah, I mean, it's when I was putting it on the scale too, it almost fell and hit the ground because it's so smooth and it's almost too wide to even hold with one hand. So, yeah.
I have that same problem.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Well, James,
right.
we appreciate it, man. Call back in and definitely let us know the update on this
Yes.
thing.
All right. Yeah, I will. I appreciate it, and I'll have you guys know you're the first thing channel or anything I've called into. So
Yeah,
far, just-
definitely. Yeah, make sure you sub up to Traveling Fools or Gutters. This is interesting. I definitely want an update on this.
Yeah, and I subbed up to you
All
too,
right.
James.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
All right,
thank
James.
you.
Well, thank you very much.
Well,
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Wow, that was a lot to
I
take
don't
in.
think it's flown since the desert time, Rooster, from what he said. I think the
Oh.
last time it flew was when it crashed into the sand and he had to dig it out.
Huh. Okay. What do you think about that, Nathan?
Oh, I think it's interesting. It's just a large shiny rod. I don't know.
I can
What do
see
you do
that
with
thing
it?
fly. I can see that thing flying around.
Dude, if that thing was flying at me, I would run and cover my ass. Okay.
Well, I figured it would make
Literally.
some kind of
I
a.
would literally put the helmet on my butt, dude.
I've
because
seen
that thing
shower
flying at
pieces
me.
like that. Like,
Right.
that's sorry, but
Here's
You see it
a
flying
video.
around. It's flying around. It's like.
It's a bird.
I don't
It's
see
a
a plug. I don't
plane.
see a plug on it though. So it
No,
must need a
it's-
Tesla coil. You could go into.
Yeah, that's how it's powered is wireless.
Oh my god.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
See, that's the true purpose of a Tesla coil. I think Gutters and KJ would attest.
it's the vibration.
I want to know if you stick that thing to the Tesla coil, what will happen? I mean, let's be
Oh,
real.
sweet Jesus. And that was hard not to start laughing there. I had
Well,
to mute
I'm
myself.
sorry. I thought it.
Not to
just thought it
start
was
laughing,
a
I couldn't
joke. I
stop.
didn't mean to be
Yeah, it's funny.
rude.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, we've hit over 2 hours here. I think we should probably wrap this thing up on that note. But right, exactly. We do want to thank everybody for coming in here tonight, though. It has been super awesome. We've had a great time. You know, whether you're watching over there on X, there's a bunch of people watching over there. Whether you're here on Traveling Fools channel, you're on Gutters Pub, LW's channel, or if you're watching over there, Old Man Builds as well. It was great to meet all of you guys. We're going to go through this thing real quick. Gutters Pub, you got anything coming up this week?
I will probably do my Tuesday night live, so be there, be square. Yeah.
And what time do you do that at? Like,
Oh, I'm
you could
sorry.
like tell people a little more.
7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is real time,
Fake
or
time.
10 p.m. Eastern time, fake time. So there you go.
All right, how about you, country musician over there? You got any bangers coming out for us here anytime
Yeah,
soon?
I really need to put some more stuff on YouTube. I know I'm more on the gram, so I need to put some stuff out on YouTube, and I will. But I'm gonna try to put some stuff out next week. So yeah, sub me, check it out, and yeah, I'll put some stuff out.
All right, how do they find your channel? What do they type in? The link has been dropping for, if anybody
Yeah.
does want to go back and sub up anybody, I know over here if you go to
It's Yes
Traveling
Katie
Fools 2020.
did, and I'm
Okay.
Katie with a Y.
Say it
Just
again.
to let you know.
Okay.
Yes, Katie did, and it's
At Yes
Katie with
Katie
a Y.
Did.
At Yes Katie did. Katie
Okay.
with a Y. Yeah.
Mr. Producer, you got any fun stuff coming up, or you just...
Programming wise, I'm working on a few more guests we got coming on. Maybe some collab hosting kind of opportunities. So I guess, stay tuned. I mean, obviously we'll keep everybody in the know. You'll see it on Gutters Pub. You'll see it on Traveling Fools channel, and you'll see it also on LW's channel. Just, stay tuned, and hopefully we get more and more of this going as time progresses. So appreciate everybody's patience with me, especially, and Nathan, man, I really appreciate you coming on. This has been fantastic.
Oh man, I had the greatest time, especially at the end there, man. And something like that. That's amazing.
We warned you. You never know what you're going to get over
That's
there.
right.
No, but Nathan, that was so cool. Something I've never heard of, and I love to learn new things. So that was really cool.
Oh yeah. Well, I talk on any topic, man. So whatever you guys want to rock on next time, man, I'm good with it.
Hey, anytime you want to jump over here, man, anytime you want to collab, do anything like that, you're a super cool guy, man. I like getting to know you has been great. I love your channel. Definitely, I'm subbed up to both your channels. So do please tell everybody out there listening like where they can find you. I know Nightbot has been dropping. I'm going to add your @ to your channel in the description of this video. So afterwards, if anybody wants to sub him up, if you're listening later, definitely go over there and sub him up. So take it away, Nathan.
Well, you can just find me on YouTube at Old Man Builds. I'm also on all the rest of them, TikTok and everything like that. And Rumble, all the platforms that I could find I got onto, but I mainly do everything on YouTube. So that's where you'll find me. I'll be over there blowing something up next week and setting something on fire because that's what I do. That's what people enjoy. You know what I mean? Doing some fun stuff, laughing at a bunch of things, having a bunch of hilarious times, and having people on. You know what I mean? Just talking about whatever. And I really enjoy doing stuff like that. We do like anything from ancient Egypt to ancient Atlantis, people who had past lives. Also, testicle tech stuff, something like that we're into all the time. And we do shows Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. We do live shows. Starts at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Goes for about 2.5 hours on YouTube every week. And then I pick up a show on Friday with Mike Faraday on his channel where we have the Extraordinary Gentlemen, inventors. And we just get together and talk tech and then just have a fun time laughing, man. Last time we were talking about a space station turning into a 7-Eleven where, you know what I mean, shooting poop at the earth. It's the same thing you guys do here, man. We do an awesome job of just trying to keep it light.
I love it, man. I mean, I appreciate the heck out of you coming on here. I hope you come on again. We'd like more updates.
Oh, absolutely.
And we got to hear more about James's probe.
Big Rod.
His big rod, bro. Yeah.
I have to say that in the few months we've been doing the show, that was I don't know what to say. That's just crazy. I don't know if it's fake. I don't know if it's real. I mean, it looked real. I mean, obviously a video of it, but like, where did it come from?
I don't want to know.
what she
Well, let's just
said.
hope it don't got a stink on it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Jesus. All right, Nick, as you guys can see,
You know where
Nathan's
it's
one of
been.
us.
Yes, one of us, definitely.
One of us. One of us.
All right, everybody out there, we do thank everyone for tuning in. Definitely, if anybody ever wants to check out our content, we do a lot of fun travel content over here on Traveling Fools. You can find that at Traveling Fools 2020 on YouTube or on X. It is at Travel and Fish. So, yeah, we definitely love everybody come over here. We do every Friday night, we collaborate here and do these live call-in shows, talk about cool topics, anything like that. Sunday nights at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, real time, we do a really cool live interactive trivia night where you type 1, 2, 3, or 4 into chat, and we got a program that does it. We usually have a really good time over there. It's a whole lot of fun. Pretty hard trivia, but we make it a really good time. So anybody who ever likes trivia or anything like
It
that,
is
check
hard
that out
trivia,
Sunday nights,
actually.
10 o'clock
It's
Eastern
fantastic.
Standard Time.
The best
It's
trivia
awesome.
on the internet. Love it.
It's awesome.
And it's interactive, so people play. The faster you answer, the program does it all in the chat. It works it out. We give away some prizes at the end of the night. Pretty cool stuff. But that being said, God bless everybody out there. Thanks so much for tuning in. Everybody say goodbye in the chat, and we'll go out to something funky and fun.
Nice.
Peace out, everybody. Have a great
Night,
night.
everybody.